good afternoon, Periscope, since we are after 8. Come on in, come on in. You're in. Joe, how are you? Why? Well, stay and find out. Hi, hi, hi. You're in, you're in. Hi, Tina from Kentucky. Let me get you guys in my holder. Hold on. All right, let's do this. Hello, hello. Yes, I'm back. South Carolina. You love oils? Good. I'm glad. We're going to talk about some essential oils today. We're going to go through some specifics about them for y'all. All right, now tell me on this because I want this to be useful for y'all. We're going to do it in landscape. You did good. Good. You got a promotion at work. Apply joy as needed to help with wellness. You're awesome. Down the street. Hey, Catherine. All right, so can y'all see me straight on here? I know that this stuff gets in front of my face a little bit, but it won't on the replay, and so that is totally fine. So tell me is this straight? Can y'all see everything? When I look straight ahead at you guys here, are we good? I did. I got a haircut. I did get a haircut. Hey, Kaylee. Haircut. That's right. I lost weight this morning, quickly getting a haircut. All right, you guys get on here. So we're going to get started on some info, but I wanted to redo this one for y'all because this one is an important one. It's good. All good, looks great. Good. All right, well, let's get rocking. This is an important topic, and I know that you guys loved this topic when I did it the first time, so I wanted to do this one again for you to make sure that this video was done right. So if you are new to my Periscopes, and if you're new to my videos, thank you so much for getting on. I appreciate you taking time out of your afternoon to get on and learn from me. I'm Dr. Jim Bob Hagerton. I'm a chiropractor from Texas that is crazy passionate. There's our website about function and physiology and Jesus and essential oils and everything. And my passion is in you guys understanding and learning. You finally made it in. You understand and learning that the Lord created you for perfect. He didn't create you to have symptoms. He didn't create you to have all of these different things. He created you for 100% function, 24/7, 365. So that's important. And it's important because it's something that we forget and we think that all this stuff that happens is normal. You're skipping your nap? Well, I appreciate that. Okay, so if you're new, here's the website to find other info and stuff like that. Here is the other social media pages. Check that out. These videos will be on YouTube after this. They will not be on the website yet because we're redoing the video player on the website. So make sure, look at YouTube and get on there. All right. If you're watching this in replay, all right, if you're watching this in replay or off of YouTube after the fact, because this video will inevitably be shared a ton of times. The last one was, and so the app will have it because the app pulls them off of YouTube. So if you saw the first one, this one got shared a ton of times, but I wanted to remake it to make it shorter so it was easier and to cut out a few things that didn't need to be in there. So if you're watching this off of YouTube, thank you so much for watching and watching the replay. But two things about this video if you're watching on replay. One, this is a live feed Periscope recording that you're getting to watch. So me and about 400 of my closest friends are in here talking and having conversation, and this is live. So when you watch it on replay, and I'm like, hey, so-and-so, hey, Jacob, that's right, and I'm commenting, it's because there's people in here with us, and we're talking live. Now, if there's questions that get asked that are pertinent to the topic, what I'll do is I'll repeat them so that you get full benefit of it at the same time. You still got in and you're late. This 1 o'clock thing may be the better thing for all of us. We may have to look at that. I don't know. The second thing, if you're watching this on replay, and if you got this video and someone sent you the video, then someone loves you a ton. And on replay, you're either watching it on replay for one of two reasons. Either A, you use essential oils all the time and you want to brush up on some of the reasons why essential oils are amazing. And so, one of my favorite business coaches, Darren Hardy, he always closes out all of his calls. Bam, you got in, Susan. He always closes out his calls with, thanks for tuning into Success, and we hope that you either learn something new or learn something that you already knew better. Well, that's exactly these videos. I want to know that you're either learning something new or you're coming back in and you're picking up something that you already knew, but you're learning it a little bit better so that you can implement it and really use the knowledge and everything you got. So you're either, again, a user already. There you go. You're either a user already and you're wanting to learn something again and really sharpen up, or you're brand new to essential oils and you've never used them before, and someone cared about you enough to share this video with you. So I hope it blesses you. I hope it gives you some information, and I hope it makes it apparent to you that essential oils are fantastic, and I hope it inspires you to go look something else up. So disclaimer, that's really my disclaimer on the whole thing is, don't believe a word I say, go look it up. And I really hope that the information literally inspires you, because nothing that we're going to go through in here is to diagnose anything you have or cure anything that you've got now or had in the past or anything like that. What we're going to do is I'm going to teach you why essential oils are so effective. Okay? I'm going to teach you why. And you're right. Like Susan said, I might drop a mic or two on you as we go, and so don't let it fall on your foot. That's important. You guys ready? All right, so all my people online, you ready? Bam. Susan's ready. We're ready in the house. Let's go through this. Now, I've got I've got 9. I actually added some. Oh, wait a minute. Let me count these. I think I've got more than that. I think I put 10. What? 10 top reasons why essential oils are fantabulous, and if you're not using them, you should be. Okay? At the end of this, I hope that you're like, man, I wish I had some of that. Wish I had some of that in my house. So my wife and I, Dr. Cindy, are both chiropractors. We work in Texas. We have an office down here in Texas, and we have been utilizing essential oils for our family for about the past, 8 years. Okay, so we've been using essential oils for 8 or 9 years. Now, I started using them and incorporating them in with all of our different nutritional protocols in our office about, let's say this is about 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Because in our office, we do a lot of stuff with nutrition. We do a lot of stuff with functional neurology and blah, 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 all this stuff. So what I started doing is I said, I know about these essential oils. Let's see if they really make that big a difference. Let's see if they really change a lot of things with our patients. So I started incorporating them in, and the results that we saw with patients were astounding and were mind-blowing for us. So then we started sharing them all over the place because we wanted everyone to be able to experience the awesomeness of essential oils. Now, when we're talking about essential oils, and I'll talk about it a little bit more at the end, we're talking about Young Living essential oils. That's the brand that we recommend and carry. If you recommend and carry a different one, then that is completely up to you, but I can't speak to those. And I'll explain why. There's one main reason why we stick with and use Young Living essential oils over every other company. That's right, YL. And we're going to talk about that. So let's get straight to the information. Again, I want to steward your time correctly. And at the end of this, I want you to contact back whoever it was that referred you to the video and tell them that you love them too and that they're amazing, and give them a big old slobbery kiss just for referring you. There you go. Okay? All right. We'll talk about seed to seal in a minute. Okay, so here it is. Why essential oils? Unless, like Cindy always says, unless you've been living under a rock the last 3 to 4 years, then you've heard about essential oils over and over and over again, even if you yourself don't use them in your family, right? You've heard of all these people online be like, oh my gosh, essential oils are this, and they're amazing for this, all these things. And so part of it is like, you're like, what is this? Like, what is this whole thing with essential oils? Is it really that big a deal? Well, essential oils really are that awesome. And there's a lot of different reasons why. I picked my top 10, okay? My top 10 reasons why, especially as a practitioner, I love using essential oils to help with wellness and function. You ready? So let's do this. You ready for this? Everybody who's live, say ready. Everybody who's live, say ready. Say ready, and I'll get started. All my live people, give me a shout out. Ooh, there you go. Okay, let's do this. Number 1. Now, these are in no specific order. Ready. They're ready. For those of you on replay, they're like hearting it up on this screen. So these are in no specific order, meaning 1 through 3 are not my top 3 preferred, nothing like that. I just have 10. They're all important. They're all equal. Okay, so let's talk about number 1. Number 1, the number 1 reason, or the first one on the list of the reasons why I love using essential oils, is that there's multiple applications and multiple ways to use them. Okay, so if you haven't started using essential oils yet, there's several different ways you can do it. Okay, there's 3 applications with Young Living, because Young Living teaches 3 different modes of application of the essential oils. All right, now number 1, you can do topical application. So like, for example, I'm going to take the Ula Fun oil right here. It's a topical blend, topical or aromatic blend. So if you use one topically, it's literally just that. You're taking the top off, and seriously, y'all watch out. Now hold up. You ready for this? I'm going to blow your mind. This is how hard it is. Ready for this? On-air oil application. Uh-oh. Watch out. Boop. There it is. And you're literally putting it on the skin, and you're applying it topically just like that. Okay? So there's topical application, and I'm going to talk about other ways that the oils work once you put them on the skin in a minute. I know. What? Wasn't that crazy? I know. So that's application number one. You can do it topically. You can also do it dietarily. So here's water. I love putting peppermint oil in my water. It is a dietary oil. You can put a drop of peppermint in your water as long as it's glass. You can take them internally, some of the oils, okay? There's that application. The third application is what they call aromatically, and that's either A, like you take in the oil and you're just literally smelling it in, which has huge therapeutic benefit to help increase function neurologically and to help the way that your emotions work. You can do that. Or there's little things called diffusers that I'm sure that people have shown you or you've seen online that put the oil into the air, and then your body absorbs it through the vessel lining once you breathe it in. It's incredible. So 3 different applications. The difference in that in a supplement is, like, for example, fish oil is fantastic, right? Everybody knows that fish oil is important, but there's really only one mode, 2 if you're an infant, but one mode to get essential oils in, and that's orally. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're having to take it orally. So if you can't swallow or you can't take certain things, then that's a problem, all right? So that's number 1, multiple applications. Number two, essential oils can bypass digestion. All right, bypass digestion. Now, we just talked about the fact that you could take an essential oil and put it on topically. Remember? Well, if you put it on topically, or you are getting it aromatically, right? Getting it aromatically like in a diffuser, then those 2 types of applications get into the system and get into the body to help increase function without relying on your digestive tract. So here's the thing that makes that so important. Everyone, I've not met one patient that comes in that doesn't have some kind of digestive issues. Every one of you on here, all of you live peeps, you can give me a fist bump on this. You guys, your digestive system is not 100%. It's just the way it is. You know this. I know this. It's one of the systems that we support all the time to help people be healthier. It's true. It's just the way it is. And that's for a lot of reasons. You know, we talked about earlier, our bodies are created for perfect, but we put ourselves into stressful situations. It's called life or parenting. You know, I have 4 children and they're not stress-free. You know what I mean? And so if you increase stress, you're decreasing function in the digestive tract. It's just the way that it is. So absorption doesn't happen the same. So when you're taking a supplement like fish oil, unfortunately, you don't absorb all of it. Neither do I. All right? Like, I don't absorb all of my supplements that I take orally. Now, is it important to keep taking them? Yes. Is it 100% effective? No, it's not 100% effective. Even out of your diet, if you eat really great and organic and blah, blah, blah all the time, is that better? Yes. Is it 100% effective? No, because your gut can't absorb it. So when you're helping to increase function and to help your body work better, when you're using an oil that's topical or aromatic, these oils get into the system. Let me see what I've got on here next. Yes, they get into your system and they can start improving function without relying on your digestive system to break it down. That's fantastic. Like, that's super awesome. And I'm going to drop a mic on that. Boom. Because you don't need your gut to do it. That's huge. All right. So we're literally cutting out the middleman, so to speak, and helping with function without relying on the gut to do its job, since we know it's not doing its job well. Okay. All right. Now, number 3, because this goes through why they bypass the gut. You ready? Number 3, the third reason why essential oils are fantabulous is they're fat soluble. They're fat soluble, okay? So what does that mean? All right, you guys just saw me put Ulafun, okay, this blend of oils. You just saw me put this on the top of my skin right here, right? So I put a drop on my skin. Now I'm going to do this again. I'm going to apply it again, and I want you to see something, all right? Now watch. I want to show you something really quick. Come on, essential oil, you are so awesome. Okay, now you can see the oil on my skin running. Now watch this. As I rub the oil in on my skin, because on the edge of the layer of your skin, there is a layer called the lipid bilayer in the skin. Watch this. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Nothing. You see how there's not even a residue? There's nothing left on the skin at all. Why? How does that do that? Does it just power its way in? It just goes right straight through these little doorways? No, that's not it at all. There's a layer of skin underneath. There's a little layer here called the lipid bilayer. It's a fat bilayer under here. And because these oils are fat soluble, that fat goes and pulls the oil straight into your bloodstream. It pulls the oil straight into your system. And because the particles, right, because the particles are so tiny, they can get through the walls of the blood vessels, get into your system, and you can start enjoying the benefits of them right away. Right away as you put them onto the skin. Bam. Just like that. Okay? People who say random things are getting blocked. Boom. Okay. So when you put that on like that, it goes away, and then you immediately get the benefit. All right? So that is where the fat solubility comes in. Now, that was number 3. Number 4. Okay? Number 4. You ready? Number 4 is essential oils can cross the blood-brain barrier. This is huge. I'm going to drop a mic on this one before I even talk about it. You ready? Oh, bam! Now, what is the blood-brain barrier, and why does that even matter? Part of you guys are like, wah, blood-brain barrier. Who cares, man? Let me get back to my afternoon, okay? The blood-brain barrier is this protective layer of blood vessels that wrap around the nervous system and around the brain, okay? This bilayer, okay, this blood-brain barrier, you ready? The whole point of the blood-brain barrier is to keep all of the negative things, keep all the toxins that are heavier and bigger particles usually out of the brain and the nervous system so that it doesn't create damage. Genius! It's this genius creational aspect of the way that your nervous system works so that it can protect it. Now, there's only a few things that can get through the blood-brain barrier. And there's some that are bad, there's some that are good. So on the bad side, you got like heavy metals, like mercury, lead, aluminum. Those things are heavy and they can blast their way through the blood-brain barrier and get in there, which is not good. But on the good side, on the beneficial side, on the functional side, essential oils, again, because they're little ninjas and their particles are so small, they can get through the actual vessel walls and get into the nervous system to increase function and to help with the different systems right away, okay? Right away, which is just like that. If you guys watched Ellie's video, just like that, okay? And it's amazing. Now, if for those of you who are more visual, the way that the blood-brain barrier works, okay, is picture the castles of old, okay? Picture the old school castles. So if you're a history buff like me and you are visual, this is going to make sense to you. If you're not, and if you're a green personality, just don't even listen to me right now, all right? So the castles of old, they were built in concentric rings, right? So in the old castles, there was an outer wall with the big drawbridge over the moat, and that's where a lot of the guards and stuff stayed. If it got attacked, so the outer walls like your skin and stuff like that, your mucous membranes, and so if it got attacked by an invading army, most of the fighters would be repelled by the outer wall. But if they got into that first wall, what happens is the army that's defending the castle would withdraw into the next level, shut the gates again, keep fighting, and they would keep withdrawing all the way to the inside to where at the very end of the battle, right? You're so welcome. Thank you, Eagle 91270, over. Thank you for getting on. So at the very end of the battle, okay, at the very end of the battle, the king and the king's super ninjas, all right, are sitting in the tower that's the very last layer of the castle. And so what was the purpose of that? The purpose was to give the army that was defending the castle a chance to weaken an invading army and make them weaker and weaker and weaker until by the time they got to the middle, they better really, really, really want that king. So in your body, your king is the nervous system. Your king is the brain and the nervous system. It's very important. It's way more important than your heart or any other organ. If your brain stops working, everything stops because it's the master control center. So the blood-brain barrier is that final layering. It's that final wall that protects it from getting anything out. Like you can get stuff into your digestive system. You can get stuff in your skin. You can get all these things, but it shouldn't ever get to the brain because that's where the king stays. Okay? That's where the king stays. The king in the middle of your body is the brain, right? Now, in that scenario, if you're looking at it that way, the most important part of the body. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk about number 5. So that was number 4, cross the blood-brain barrier to improve function, right? To improve function in the system and to get it into the blood supply and into the brain quicker. How are we doing on time? We're doing great. Number 5, essential oils work off of frequencies. Okay? Essential oils work off of frequencies. All right, here's how this works. This is not woo-woo. This is not all woo-woo, look into the light. It's not like that. Here's how frequencies are. Frequencies are vibrational, harmonic frequencies that you can look up in physics. You can look this up online. And if you want to look up research, the best place to do that is to go to Scholar, S-C-H-O-L-A-R, scholar.google.com. And you can research any of this information because that is a search site that pulls up only the peer-reviewed journal studies on all this different information. So that way you don't get like blogs and websites and stuff like that. So scholar.google.com, and it's a specific search site you can look up on there. Frequencies, everything in the body, everything that's alive has a specific frequency, all right? Frequencies that are the exact same frequencies will harmonize and improve, okay? Improve function if they are the same frequency together. Okay, so here's how essential oils work. That's right, spoken word has frequencies. Like when I speak things out, it carries life or death depending on what I say. That's exactly right. So when you're looking at essential oils, each different plant, they use plants in this. That's it, okay? Hey, Spain, so glad that you are on. Good to see you. So these all are just concentrated plants, right? Well, a plant is alive, obviously, and so it has frequencies. And each different frequency, through science, they've studied what different organ systems or different things that those frequencies help the most. So when you're applying an essential oil on topically, or if you're doing one like a drop in the water, stuff like that, like a dietary oil, then what you're looking at is you're looking at a frequency of a plant that is affecting the body and helping with either an organ system or something else that's going on. So every different cell in the body has a frequency. So yes, that's a really good point. They said it's something that is a canned food has no frequency. That's right. If it's dead, there's no frequency. Like this mouse to the computer has no frequency because it's dead space, right? This mic that I keep dropping has no frequency. My skin cells has frequency. My eye, my liver, they all have frequencies, but they're different frequencies. So the different frequencies of the oils, okay, different frequencies of the plants can stimulate and help and improve function in different cells in the body. Does that make sense? You'll see how that works. Everybody who's on live, do you understand how that works? So the harmonics of it, it's literally vibration. It's not like this weird thing. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not true. Uh-oh, that'll preach. We could go on that for a long time, right? Everybody understand that? Okay, so all my live people are with me. You guys good? All right, so that's frequencies. That's number 5, all right? All the different frequencies do different things in the body. Now, good. Okay, let's keep going. Number 6, because of those frequencies and because of the way that they work, all right, essential oils, number 6, the number 6 reason, right, the number 6 reason why I love essential oils and why you should too is that they are adaptogenic, all right? They're adaptogenic. Adapto what? Adapto who? What? All right, what is that? Okay, talking about the frequencies, what adaptogenic means is that if I take a topical oil, and I just have this one here, so I'm going to use this as an example, all right? If I'm talking about an oil, right, and I'm putting it on topically, this is where an oil will work one way for one person and differently for another. Sometimes oils will give you energy. Sometimes oils will calm your system down depending on the oil you're using. But the interesting thing is that sometimes a female, right, a female can use one oil and it gives her energy, and a guy can use it and it helps calm him down. Why is that? Like, why would that even do that? Sometimes one person can use a specific oil because they love the way that it promotes function in one part of their body, but another person uses that exact same oil, the exact same frequency for a completely different system. Why? Why does that even work? That's because they're adaptogenic. Because the oils, okay, because the oils, right, because the oils themselves adapt, and because of the frequency, right, because of the frequency and the way that the oils work, then they can do different things for different people. Like sometimes they will help with energy. Sometimes they will help with calming, and it totally depends. That's why if you are new to essential oils, and again, whoever sent you the video and everything, just thank them, call them back after this. But if you're new to essential oils and you use an oil, and you don't get the effect that you're looking for, like you're like, I don't really like that one. That one didn't really help me like I want. Use a different one. Like try a different oil, because sometimes that oil won't work the same way for you as someone else, and that is totally okay. So they're very individualistic, which is really, really awesome. Okay, now number 7. This one is really amazing. I'm going to take just a second on this. We're doing great on time. All right. Number 7. Oils are incredible, essential oils rock, because of a little term that we in chiropractic and in natural healthcare call therapy localization. Okay, I'm going to geek out on a little neurology on you guys, and I'm going to show you how this works because this is unbelievable. Okay, you ready? All right. Now, if I'm going to support the thyroid, and I want to support an organ and improve function, okay, how's it spelled? As Scholar, S-C-H-O-L-A-R, scholar.google. That's the one, okay? Scholar.google.com. You can look up research on there. Thank you for asking. Okay, so with therapy localization, this is how this works. Have you ever gone and sat down, or you've been at church, or you've been sitting somewhere at dinner, and someone came up to you and they're like, hey man, how's it going? It's so good to see you. And they touched you, and all of a sudden you were like, ow, my neck hurts. Why is my neck bothering me? Or someone shook your hand, and you're like, hey, it's so good to see you. And all of a sudden your like forearm was bothering you, and you're like, why was that bothering me? It wasn't bothering me before. The reason that happens, there's a neurological phenomenon in the body that's called therapy localization. And what it means is when like me as a practitioner, or you can do this to yourself, or one of your family members, when they hug you, or when they come up and they touch you and they pat you on the shoulder, when you touch someone, or if I touch you and I'm gonna adjust your shoulder, let's say, if I touch your shoulder, all of the neurology, ready? All of the neurology in the brain goes zik and focuses right here. It's called therapy localization. It literally, the brain goes, what's going on with the shoulder? Why is he touching my shoulder? And it starts to focus on that area. It brings more blood supply in right there. It increases sensitivity to the nerve connections right at that spot. And everything goes, and it starts to like really do more work to improve circulation and help with function in this area. Okay. So that can happen with anything, with massage, with you, like, again, hugging someone at church, or like hugging a family member, which is why touch is so specific and it has to be intentional. And if you are not being intentional with the way that you're touching people and the way that you're like patting them, then you could be hurting them, because you're either helping or not. Remember, like in scripture, it says you're either bringing life or you're not. You see what I'm saying? So you need to be really intentional about this. All right, you ready? So look what happens when you are using a topical oil on yourself, like on an area of the body, or on someone else. Did you think that it was just like, oh, it just powers its way in and goes right to the gland that you're wanting to support? No. Did you think that just because like, oh, I want to support my elbow, and so you put an oil that's topical over here and you rub it on, you're like, boom, it just like runs right into it because it opens a couple of gates? No, that's not what happens. The way that it works is when you touch like your elbow, let's say, right? And we're going to put a topical oil, just be basic, on our elbow, and I rub it on that area. It doesn't go straight through into the elbow. That doesn't make sense. And that's not scientific. It activates the nervous system in that area, so it draws the circulation. It draws the oil that you just got into your circulation straight to that area so that the frequencies can work on an area specifically. Now, you ready for another fun fact on neurology? In every square inch of skin, watch this. This is unbelievable. Mic check, because Jesus is awesome. You ready for this? In each square inch of skin, there are over 19,000, that's right, people, 19,000 nerve endings per square inch of skin. So on top of the fact that you're using a frequency to help with a specific area, on top of the fact that someone's touching you, you are stimulating, even in a square inch, 19,000, that's right, Rachel, 19K, 19,000 nerve endings per square inch of skin. So someone tell me that you keep all of your oil in a square inch. No one does this. Like, I don't see you using Ortho-Ease massage gel and going, oh, only 1 square inch. No, you don't. You get it all over. And so let's say that you're getting it on 3 square inches. 3 square inches is 57,000. 3 zeros, 57,000 nerve endings that you're stimulating, that you're activating, that you're waking up with a different type of stimulation using essential oils and touch. Amazing. Isn't that amazing? Which is why touch is so therapeutic and can, if it's used correctly, can create so much health. Okay? All right. So let's talk about number 8. That was number 7, therapy localization. Whoop, whoop. You guys rocking with me? You doing good? That's right. Can you say carrier oil? That's right. You can totally use those. Now, I'm going to talk about this at the end. The carrier oils. So for those of you on replay, I'm going to explain what that means. Number 8 reason why I love essential oils and why everyone on earth should be using essential oils is because number 8, essential oils help to clean receptor sites in your nervous system. Okay, so let's talk about what this means. All right, who in here who's live, Who in here who is on the live video feed drives a car? Come on, I want some feedback. If you drive a car, I want you to say me or raise your hand. Okay, y'all drive cars. Good. All right. Well, or good. I don't know. Good for the video because it makes sense. All right, so those of you on a replay, if you drive a car, how many of you guys drive a car that has a battery, that has cables attached to it? Pretty much everyone, right? Like everyone in here, okay? Everyone in here drives a car. And if someone drives a rocket ship, that's good. You're lucky. You're like, you're like the guy off of Despicable Me. That's awesome. So if you drive a car that has a battery, that has battery cables to it, do you realize how sometimes, have you noticed how when you open the hood to check your oil and different things, how the attachment sites where those cables hook onto the battery, sometimes they get that corrosion around it? Like sometimes they get like this stuff that kind of like gets around the attachment. Have you noticed how that works? Who's seen that? Who's seen buildup around the battery cables? Huh? Exactly. Okay. So just like on your battery cable, how you can get little corrosion and stuff that builds up around where those cables attach, your nerves have these receptors, okay, at the end, just like my hand. This is the nerve. It goes this way. Okay, it goes all the way down. This right here, if this is the shape of a nerve, this is called, right? This is called an axon, and these are called the dendritic processes. I know, you like that? The dendrites, okay? Now, these little fingers where the nerve is attach just like this. It doesn't touch this way. It touches like this onto an organ or every single cell in the body, okay? Now, over normal use and normal life, normal function, daily function, where those receptor sites touch, they get corrosion on them, just like your battery. There just gets to be some stuff that gets stuck on there. Excuse me. And sometimes you don't get the same connection you should. And you need better communication, better function in the nervous system where it connects to that cell. So when you use an essential oils are incredible at cleaning off. They're like, and they clean off the area where those nerves attach so that the communication from the brain, the communication from the nervous system at that level, the communication from the body can be perfect the way that it's designed and the way that it's created to be. Come on now. Is that not fantastic? You got to give me a couple hearts for that. Tap that screen. That's crazy. That's crazy amazing is what it is. So awesome. All right. Oh, it is not like pouring Coke on your battery cables, like healthy Coke. People on replay, they're saying that it's like pouring Coke. Essential oils are not Coca-Cola, okay? Like, you can't compare that. But it is kind of like that. That's true. All right. You guys ready? Number 9. We got 2 more, and I want to finish this up for you. Number 9. Number 9, essential oils are easy, and they're safe to use. They're very easy. We talked about the application, and they're very safe to use. Now, a couple things on the safety, all right? A couple things on the safety is if you're brand new to essential oils, one of the things that you want to get very familiar with is using a carrier oil. Because if you're new to essential oils, even though essential oils are awesome sauce, hashtag awesome sauce, they improve function. Well, improving function sometimes is uncomfortable. And so your body's like going through all these things. In order to allow your body to slowly work into the way that essential oils work, you want to get a fatty carrier oil. Olive oil, coconut oil, jojoba oil, almond oil. There's a V6 carrier blend that Young Living has that's awesome. Stuff like that, right? So you want to use a carrier oil, and you want to make sure that you're using that as you start working in. Now, one thing I'll say on there is that they're safe and effective. They are safe and effective. Now, if a person has underlying neurological conditions, I get asked all the time about specific neurological issues. You want to make sure that you've seen your doctor and everything, and that you know that you don't have any underlying conditions that you need to take care of. Like you want to use your head. This is a common sense game, right? Water. Hydration is good. But essential oils, therapeutic grade essential oils, which are from Young Living, are completely safe and effective. Okay? Number 10. Last one. I'm going to give you a last little tip, and then I'm going to let you guys go so we can steward your time for lunch. All right, number 10. Everyone can and should use them. There's a way to use them for everyone, and there's an oil within Young Living for everybody. So, for example, not everyone likes peppermint, okay? Like, not everyone likes peppermint. That's okay, all right? Not everyone likes Ula Fun, right? Like there's so many different things that like the people don't use because they don't like. There's different products, which I love, and there's different ways for everyone to use them. Whether you apply a topical oil to your feet, and whether you diffuse it in the air. A lot of times I recommend for patients, if they're brand new and they're going to use a topical or aromatic oil, that you apply them, you put them in the diffuser, you start with that first, using it very diluted, so that way the body can start to get used to it before you even start to apply them on topically. You see what I'm saying? Because it's creating neurological change and you're helping with function, but you want to make sure that a person's body is even healthy enough to take something good. You see what I'm saying? Like it takes a lot of energy to process something really good. Okay, that's why if someone goes and works out and they're working out and it's something really good, but their body's not even healthy enough to take that, then sometimes they have a harder time with it. So you just want to go slow, pick an application that works well for you, but everyone can and should be using them because they're awesome. All right, now last thing, this really does. Hey, Harper says hi. Good. This is the thing that matters the most to me, okay? This is the thing that matters the most to me as a practitioner, and it should really matter to you. This is the #1 reason why we recommend and stick with Young Living essential oils only. And if you use another company, that's totally fine. I just can't speak to it, all right? This, purity matters, okay? So in Young Living, we have a process called seed to seal, all right? Seed to seal. Purity matters. So within Young Living, there's a process called seed to seal. Here's the thing. I want to know that if I'm going to use peppermint essential oil, that it is 100% peppermint. And there's no additives, there's no chemicals, there's no cutters, nothing else. There's no fillers in this. I want to know that it is 100% peppermint. Young Living has a process that takes control of the oil from the time the seed goes into the ground, from the time the oil goes onto your skin. It makes sure that it's 100%. If it's not 100%, then the company takes that oil, puts it back in as fertilizer. They don't even use it as product, and they start over, okay? It is a huge process. It is a huge, huge benefit, and it is the reason why we stick with Young Living essential oils, and we have stuck with them over all these years, okay? And that's it. All right, those are my top 10. You guys get all that? Did you guys take notes? These are the top 10 reasons why I recommend that everyone use essential oils, why we use them on patients, and I recommend them every single day in protocols, why we use them on our family. If you're not using them on your kids, you should. If you're worried about them or you don't understand how to use them, message me. I'll give you resources. You can look online. There's plenty of things that you can go look up. Life Science Publishing is a great place to go look for different resources to help you in your journey as you learn about essential oils and you get better at it. But for kids, there's a line with Young Living that's already diluted. You can start using those. You can learn about dilution. Lori Gordon with ORD Design, ORD Design, has amazing materials. I'm going to do an Essential Oils 101 video for you guys as well off of her new books. We're going to do that. And she's got great stuff as well. Okay? All right. Those of you who are live, thank you. Awesome friends for getting on. You guys are amazing. Yes, this will go on YouTube. It's going to go on YouTube probably tomorrow because I'll try to get it on tonight. It'll be live on Periscope for 24 hours, and then I'll put it on YouTube, and it will stay live. We're going to stick with Periscope right now and not do Amazon or not do Facebook Live, only because this way your comments that you comment on here that kind of go off the reservation, they don't show up after that, and so we're good. You're welcome. Thank you guys for getting on. And again, thank you for getting on. If you are a replay viewer and for checking it out, call the person back that sent it to you. Good luck in your journey. Check us out on the other social media pages for more information and other videos. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Remember, health is simple. It's just not easy. So let's get to work.